Welcome to the Leah Show.
Hi, welcome to the Leah Show.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Yes, it's the Go Show.
Yes, it is the Go Show.
And it is May 31st, 2024.
Oh.
I can't believe it. It's already like we've finished 5 months of this year. Well, man, I'm Todd Revis.
And I'm Leah Herbal.
And we're excited to do a show today. We were thinking about what to do today, and we decided to do it on goal setting. And we like the concept of, are your goals too big?
Are they too big?
Because
but first, before we get started,
Yeah.
please like and subscribe and share with your friends. Hit the notification bell to get notified when we go live every Friday.
I also have a very serious question.
Oh, yes. This is serious. This is so serious because I was laughing so hard.
What color are my eyes?
And what color are my eyes?
Blue.
We're having
a very, very serious argument about this.
Todd thinks.
I have hazel eyes.
No.
And they change depending on what I'm wearing.
Okay. They appear today to be blue-gray.
So I pulled out my license to prove to her that they were hazel, and I handed it to her, and she looks at it and it said gray.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to have to call the DMV.
Please do. Please.
Oh, man.
And mine are actually hazel, but they're more so green.
What does your license say?
It says hazel.
Yeah. Get on that hazel bus. How do you get on that? Is it like a personalized license plate?
It's
you
like
can pay extra.
You really have to have green eyes.
I have hazel eyes. Okay. Anyway.
Let him know, please.
Do a poll.
Do a poll. He needs clarification real quick.
Yeah. Well, all right. You have beautiful eyes.
Oh, so do you.
Co-host.
So do
Thank you very much. Yes. All right. So we're going to talk about goals. You and I love goals. You and I love the discussion. We love training about goals. We love sharing our ideas. I love researching about it. And it was easy to kind of research this week because I have so many things that I read constantly or podcasts that I listen to and things like that.
Yeah.
We talk about goals too big. I taught a class a few years ago. Actually, it was back in 2016. I taught a class called Tiny Goals. And I was trying to, have a provocative title that would make people go, wait a minute, tiny goals? I want to set big goals. And it was because I had just read Atomic Habits about setting small habits that you do over and over that achieve big things.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with big things, right? Big goals. In fact, everyone should have a Mount Everest they're striving for, I believe. That's something that they're like a big project, something that they think about every day, but it's going to take a while to achieve that. But when it comes to accomplishing sales goals and health goals, things like that, a lot of experts will tell you that breaking our goals down into small, consistent, bite-sized goals that we do every day will lead up to even bigger results. And so as I was researching this as a refresher, I heard somebody say something really cool, and it's that sometimes we think, okay, so let's say that you haven't been setting a ton of goals and that you're not really feeling like you're accomplishing something. It's easy to get down on yourself, beat yourself up. Oh, I just don't have enough discipline. I don't have enough motivation. I don't have my why. I don't have the right mindset and all this. But, sometimes people can spend 6 months trying to figure out what their why is. And you've had 6 months of doing nothing because you're trying to figure out what your why is.
True.
That can be busy, not productive, busy, not accomplishing anything. So really, it might not boil down to that. It may be more about creating some systems that if they're implemented, they could be bite-sized systems, then you can do those every day and not really feel like you're having to discipline yourself to do them.
Right.
That's kind of what Atomic Habits is all about, and what some of the other books and concepts are about. So I think systems is a better way of saying it, because as we know, my favorite quote is, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And so what systems do we talk about? Could be morning routine. I wrote a couple of notes here: mindset, self-talk, gratitude. Those are some things that if you did those every day, don't take a lot of effort to have a little journal that you write in. And that would increase over time exponentially. And you would look back and see the results. Another way of looking at that, or another thing, I think many successful people, I would say, I heard it said like 9 out of 10 multimillionaires have a list that they go down every day, like on a yellow pad, like literally a legal pad, old school. And one of the most successful people I know is Scott Schwant. And you know that Scott Schwant works down a list every day?
He does.
Literally writes it on paper, scratches it out. Writes it on paper, scratches it out. And you're like, that's so old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's working for him.
Right.
He has a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
And he gets it all done. So making a list and scratching it out is a really good way to at least get started. Yes, there's iPads with notes apps and Evernote and all these different things on your phone that you can scratch them off and you can set reminders and all that. But maybe right now, from a starting perspective, keep it simple.
Make a list, scratch it out.
Yeah, because there's discussions of what is a goal. Is a goal like an achievement that you want to get to 6 months from now, or is a goal?
Could just be to get you through the day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, could be.
We got a lot of stuff.
My goal today is to call 3 people, right? And if I do that, then yes, I'm going to hit. If I do that every day, or 5 people, or whatever it is, I'm gonna reach a monumental improvement. I'm gonna win down the road. But when I look back on it, I'll say I didn't really feel like I did a ton. I just did a little bit every day.
Autumn says, getting up earlier has helped me tremendously. Yes.
Yay.
I make my handwritten list still, and I like to scratch it off as a completed task.
And she is an achiever.
Yeah.
She's a winner. And so listen to that.
Listen to that, folks.
Listen to that, folks.
And how early do you get up?
I generally speaking about 5:30.
Okay. Same.
Today I got up really early and
because you said you were
had a super
thinking.
creative day.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Jennifer Cope with Modern Mortgage about it. I said, it's funny because I'm not really good right before I go to bed, but if I was going to write a book, then I would probably time block 4 to 6 a.m. And as soon as that coffee kicks in,
best thoughts.
Oh, my brain just goes nuts, right? And I have all this creativity. Stephen Wright, some of you older folks will know who that is. He's a comedian, and he used to say that coffee is his only drug, and caffeine is his only drug. And he would, when he drinks it in the morning, he just takes out a pen and dictates his crazy brain. He's like a secretary for his brain. His brain starts going nuts, and he starts writing everything down. And that's kind of how I feel in the morning. And it's usually like thinking about personal goals, what I really want to accomplish today, that kind of thing. So
love that.
There's a book called 5 o'clock Club. That are
5 a.m. Club.
5 a.m. Club. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it was written by Robin Sharma. He just wrote a new book. And in his new book, he mentions that now he wakes up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So he's like, he moved everything up an hour because
I can't do that early.
You've got kids and you got stuff.
At
least. If I go to bed at 9, then 4 a.m. it's 7 hours.
If I go to bed at 9, it's still 5:30.
8
we're pretty early, so yeah.
Yeah, no, and I'm not condemning anybody. For that.
I used to be on that call. Were you ever on that call where you would get it at 5 a.m. from him?
Oh, from the Robin Sharma thing?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and it was like a pre-recorded
but
session.
You would get it on your phone?
It would call you, and you would be on this call with every other million people, and he would just give you like this motivation for the day.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, it was 5 minutes, I think. Yeah. It's like
That's
a 5-minute conversation. Anyways, we should probably start doing that.
Yeah. Well, there's something to be said for like a morning routine.
Yes.
Of planning your day the night before, or in that morning routine, keep a written list like we talked about.
Okay, question.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you get your clothes out the night before or
no
the morning of? Okay.
I have when I was going to the gym in the morning, I would, because like I need no barriers of entry for that. I would have my shoes in there, my socks, plus Nancy's still asleep, so I would have my shorts and my shirt and my shoes and my socks, so that way I could quietly get dressed and slip out at like 4:45 and be there at 5 and all that. Because starting like, where's my shorts? That's just an easy way to go. I'm going to skip the gym today.
Right.
But yeah, I know people who've done that, and that may be something I should work up to.
Goals.
But the thing about setting small goals is it's easy to track. Well, you really want to track. You want to make it like a game to where later down the road you can look back and go, look what I've accomplished through this. Because I don't believe motivation is. There's some people believe that motivation is not a real thing. That what actually motivates you is winning. And so if you just force yourself to get into a routine, then you start winning. That motivates you. About the time you're ready. So let's say you've never been to the gym. You start going to the gym, and you spend like a month at the gym, and you start seeing results.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it easier to go because you're starting to see results, right? So it's going that created the results that created the motivation to keep going. So that can apply to your pocketbook. It can apply to your health. It can apply to spiritual life, real estate, friendships, whatever it is.
Yes.
So here's an example.
Dancing.
If I call, let's say my goal is to call 5 people a day.
Okay.
Every day. Then after a year, I will have called 1,800 people, new people,
Wow.
right? Or get them on a rotation. Yes. So how many people did you call last month? That's a rhetorical question. But,
right.
How many people did I call last month? And if I had called 5 a day, that would have been 150 would have been the answer. 155 would have been the answer. And how would that have changed my life?
How would it have changed your business?
How would it change my business? How would it change my
friendships, everything.
Because we can tend to get in a bubble, especially as entrepreneurs, where we don't talk to as many people. And past clients, past colleagues, other agents in other metro areas, builder reps. So it could be social posts. It could be 2 videos a week. It could be 3 thank you cards a day. It could be 5 letters to sellers that we want to see if they want to sell their property or whatever, or hand out 5 business cards. You pick the thing or multiple things, and then see if you can do that every day and make it a game and keep track of the results.
Oh, I like it.
I heard some quotes today.
Okay, go.
You know what? I'll finish with this. You talk about, so another way of thinking of goals and actually applying to our lives is like goal boards, vision boards, things like that. So tell us, give us a brief summary of, you train on this all the time. You train people on this.
We do. So goal boards or vision boards, and especially on Canva, which I'll kind of share with you how to do that on Canva. Even Scott believes you have to visually see it. So it needs to be at your desk or on your bathroom mirror or on your phone in order for you to see these goals that you're having. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're selling, if you want to sell 50 homes, right? It doesn't have to be that, but it could be the number 50. And that could represent what it is. Or if it's a health journey that you're on, right? It could be a salad, picture of a salad, right?
Or a weight number. Or anything.
Right. So it doesn't necessarily, you don't have to overthink too much. But what you can do is you can put it on your screensaver on your phone. So you can go into Canva, and if you go to search, you can check iPhone wallpaper. And then in there, you can choose the template that you want. And when you choose the template, it's going to give you some squares, obviously. And so you're going to insert the photos that you want. So you would just go and search on Canva, or you could look it up or download it. So if you really wanted to achieve getting a new car, right? Or a truck or whatever.
Just do the things that would lead to.
Or doing the things, Or if you wanted to lose weight.
Like if you feel like going home and taking a nap and you see that car on your phone, you're like, no, let me make one more call.
Let me get another contract real quick, right? Because it's always going to stare at you. And so you're always going to think that. They always said, if you wanted to lose weight, put a picture of you when you were super skinny on the refrigerator. So when you go to the refrigerator, you close the door instantly, or the pantry, so it's kind of the same
Nothing
thing.
tastes as good as skinny feels.
Exactly.
I'm in that place right now because I tend to fluctuate between 210 and 190, right? There's a 20, and it happens 6 months here, 6 months there. And I was down to 189, 190, and I felt so good.
Yeah.
And then I just got out of the routine and started eating whatever I want. And then you start, when I start heading towards 200, I'm like, feel this coming. I gotta change. But then I don't know. I just go eat a donut and forget about it. And then before you know it, my clothes start fitting different, and I'm starting seeing myself in the reflection, going, "No, it's happening again." So you're right, having a visual right there.
So Corey asked a lovely question. Thank you, Corey, for this question. What about Android phones? Yes. So when you go into Canva, if you are that friend that has that Android that is always green, the green friend. Just kidding. I love y'all. But we really need to maybe put on our goal board to have an iPhone.
I was about to say, that'd be funny. Corey, your first goal should,
I'm kidding. We're not hating on y'all,
but
it's okay. But anyways, if you go in Canva and you create your iPhone wallpaper, then you will save it. Oh, Julie's on here too. And Julie's
a green friend too.
So you will save it as a photo in your phone, and then you will upload it. And I'm sure there are capabilities in Android.
You can do it in Android. Yes.
Yes, of
Android
course.
probably has a better
Of course,
camera.
it
than we
does have a better
and
camera.
There's a lot of functionality.
My best friend Chelsea, she always takes. I'm like, here, use your phone when we're taking our photos.
Yeah.
Because she has an Android and it just takes better photos.
My friend Randy is always picking on me about iPhone because he calls it iPhoning.
Oh.
I know. And he's
That's
like
not nice.
green messages.
Well, no, whatever. Okay.
But that's a
Corey
good
says,
idea.
"Wow." I think that's wow. Like, yes, you
Is
can
he
do
saying,
that.
wow, I can do it, or wow, you guys?
I know. I think it's wow. You can do it in Canva. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, you can take the positive.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. So just to wrap up the whole goal, the small little goal setting
Small goals.
that we talked
Big
about.
goals.
Winning is an intentional act. I heard Dave Ramsey say that this morning. Winning is an intentional act. In the long run, no one accidentally wins. You wouldn't see like a Super Bowl winning football player. He gets off the bus and they put a microphone like, how'd you do it? And he's like, I don't know, dude. I just stepped off the bus and we won. No, I mean, there were so many systems in place to prepare for that day.
Yes.
And so if I plant nothing, nothing grows.
True.
So I can visualize, and I can picture this new car or this new house or this new weights or this new mindset or whatever I'm trying to achieve, this new amount of contracts.
Yeah.
But if I don't do anything, so the same rain and the same sun shines. If I plant corn, corn grows, period. Bible says whatever you sow, so shall you reap. So I think that's the whole thing. It's what you sow, you reap. And so if you sow 5 phone calls a day, if you sow 2 more conversations before you quit, if you sow visiting a builder every day, and you literally cross that off your list, and you don't let yourself get away with not doing it, you hold yourself accountable, or find a buddy and hold yourself accountable.
Yes.
Then you're going to look back over your shoulder, and you're going to be way higher on that Mount Everest than you thought you were going to.
And if you don't, then you're going to wish that you did.
You'll be like, man.
Because education without implementation is merely
is entertainment.
Yes, from Brian Buffini.
Excuse me.
He got all choked up on that one.
Mm.
All right, what is happening? Are we there?
Yeah.
Going into that. All
you know
right.
what? First thing, it's not on the script.
What?
I'm going to go off the script.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to say, I was just thinking about your daughter Harley.
Uh-huh.
She got her license.
Yeah.
And
she's driving.
I
car.
think was it Monday or Tuesday morning? She drove away from the house on her own to go to a job.
Tuesday.
So she already got a job, and she's doing a summer job with the city of Seguin.
Yeah.
Camp counseling stuff. She's so amazing. I think, she went to Vegas with us 2 years ago or something like that. And it feels fun. Like she's like the mascot. She was like 14 back then, 15. Yeah. And it's just so cool. She's such a great young lady. You've done such a great job raising her. And it's fun to see her blossom into a young woman.
She is, and she likes my Range Rover. So.
Oh no.
We have problems now.
We got problems.
I need to sell some more homes, real quick.
There you go. Vision board, new Range Rover.
No, not new. All right, what's happening? So today at Remaxco in New Braunfels, Texas, right here, we are having a military appreciation party. Or not party. Well, it's a party.
Reception. Kind of thing. Yeah, it's just an open thing at noon where a couple of vendors are coming in bringing refreshments. You don't have to have been in the military.
No.
You just need it because if you haven't been in the military, come so you can thank the people who have, shake their hand, hang out with them. We've got a Navy recruiter, I think, is coming.
A Navy, Army, and I think Marine.
Yeah, so Corey, you could come and volunteer and maybe join the military.
You could always.
I asked her, she said I was too old. So.
Yeah. I'm not.
No, you can still join. You better be careful.
Okay, they might get me.
They might get you today. Sign here.
It's at noon, so at noon, please bring your friends, clients, agents. Everyone is welcome.
Yeah, just come by. You come by between noon and 1 o'clock, and you're going to get some free food and drink. And the door's open, and there will be music playing. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
And I just it's a thing. Roger Torres, our business development guy, and he was career Army and he was a recruiter in the Army, and he loves this whole thing, and so he's brought that new vibe,
military division.
Yeah, we've always loved our troops, and now we're able to do more fun things with that. So that's one thing.
And then we have next week First Friday lunch. So in our Houston office, Todd,
I will be there. I love First Friday. First Friday, I am in H-Town every week.
Yeah.
So I'll be there. We're gonna have lunch. We're gonna hang out. We might go see a builder. Whatever, it's gonna be fun.
And we're going to have it here too in
Yeah.
Central Texas. So for our Seguin and New Braunfels agents, we're going to have our first Friday here. Builders coming out. So come
That'd be awesome.
join us.
And then I guess the final thing on what's happening is
Yes.
we made it through graduation weekend. We made it through Memorial
Yes.
Day weekend.
Yes.
We made it through all that. Now people, I believe it's
Summertime.
historically summertime. People are like, okay, we got rid of all that. We got done with all that. Let's go look at houses.
Yes.
So I think we're going to see an uptick in showings, in open house attendance, and people going, oh yeah, let's sell our house now. So now is the time to be on top of your game, to be touching base with your sphere, to be calling people, to be responding quickly to your leads, and like the hype is coming. And so I think it's a great time to be really positive and be on start your shirts and be ready to go.
Yeah. So if you haven't had any showings on listings or anything like that, it's coming, guys. So buckle up, right? It is coming. So get your marketing out there, do all the stuff. You have your KV Core tools. If you don't know how to use them, come talk to us, right? All right. And if I knew now,
if I knew then.
If I knew then, what I know now.
It's hard to say.
Sorry.
You know what the abbreviation is? IIKTWIKN.
That is way too much. That's way too much.
If I knew then what I know now. This is a newer segment that we've been doing where we get to share. It's a vulnerability for us. We get to share like, hey, I don't know everything. And sometimes I make mistakes and I didn't know what I didn't know. And I did this. And so maybe somebody can learn from it.
True.
Right. So did you think of one?
You said
something about tornadoes.
Tornadoes.
What is that?
So I can't remember the year. It was a while ago. I don't remember the year.
Tornado story.
It was a tornado story, literally. And I'm only thinking of this because we're having all these tornadoes here recently, which is kind of crazy to me, especially in Texas. But we have, is somebody coming in? Oh, wait. Sorry, we're live.
We're right by a door.
We're right by a door.
And some people look in the
It's
door
okay.
and then they talk on their phone really loud and we can hear them.
It's okay. So, tornado. I had a client and he purchased a house and it was in Floresville, Texas, so right down the road. And then the ink was still wet on the papers. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
That night, there was a tornado and it hit his house. Which is not funny because it was like, oh my gosh. So he calls me.
You were the seller's agent or
I
you were working with the buyer?
The buyer agent.
Okay.
So he called me and he's like, my house is gone. And I'm like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? I was like, we don't have tornadoes here. What are you talking about? No, it literally was destroyed. So luckily that worked out because he had a really good insurance company. And we made sure that there was insurance, right? All those things. But sometimes when people buy houses for cash or things like that, you might not do all of that work up front. So this just goes to show you that anything can happen.
So if you'd had a crystal ball, you would have known that the tornado was going to hit his house.
That night. That was crazy.
You could have warned him.
I could have warned him.
Well, I don't think you could have. You still don't have a crystal ball.
No.
So you could, but that's crazy. Just maybe what you know now is to expect anything.
Expect anything and make sure that you know about insurance on homes and have everything.
Yeah,
Your client should have everything done, which he did. He did, and it was a good story.
Part of our job, right, as Sherry, is to help people expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Help them be able to sleep well at night because they know they took care of all the contingencies that might happen.
Yeah. Which is crazy that it happened that same day that we signed.
And you probably told him there's never tornadoes in Floresville.
I know. I was like, what?
Was it a mobile home?
No. And it was in town. It was literally in town of Floresville.
Right.
But it was literally in town, and it was the only house it hit. It was crazy, y'all. Crazy.
That is wild.
But I went and helped him pick up the rubbish and all the things.
One of the chapters in your book.
Yes.
Be called Tornado Tonight.
Tornado Tonight.
Well, if I knew then what I know now, is more about follow-up. And it's a lesson I had to learn the hard way many times. I'm a slow learner, I guess, because, no one's perfect, but we really need to follow up with our leads.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is anyone we know that we've met in the last year that might buy, might sell, or might know somebody who might buy or might sell, which is everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so if that, even if it's just a family member that mentioned it at Thanksgiving, like, yeah, maybe blah, blah, blah. There's got to be a way. So we go back to what we talked about earlier with systems.
Mm-hmm.
We have a CRM. We have KV Core. If you have another CRM, it has a feature in it that you can put that person in there and let it help you follow up. In other words, it'll work while you're sleeping. I'm bad about that. And I still am getting better at somebody that I had a brief conversation with a couple months ago, putting them in the CRM as a new buyer. It's going to automatically get them on a campaign where they're getting emails from me that I don't even know they're getting, and they're intelligently speaking to them about the market and kind of nudging them to remember me. And because if you've been doing this real estate thing any amount of time, and if you're not perfect, which is all of us, then you're going to bump into somebody that you talked to 6 months ago, and you're going to be like, how's it going? And they're like, oh, bro, I forgot to call this person. And they're going to go, yeah, we just bought a house.
And they're going to be like, oh, that's great.
And you're like, I'm happy for you. But
so happy, but
and so that's what I mean by getting a little, this is a vulnerable segment for me because I'm telling you things that I could have done. I promise you, anyone, I've probably left hundreds of thousands of dollars out in the world, right?
You're not alone.
Because of that. And it hurts to talk about. So, learn from the past and grow for the future.
Yes.
So now, anytime I have that kind of conversation, I'm doing better about just jumping on the app and throwing that person into KV Core, and then let KV Core start doing some of the work.
Doing stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But you still need follow up too.
Yeah, you still need to follow
do
up,
that.
but it's going to make it seem like you're following up more.
Right.
Right.
Yes. That's a good lesson.
Yeah.
Always a good lesson.
So follow up.
Follow up Fridays. Hey, make it a thing. Make it one of your action things to do, for sure.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, that was great.
I hope you learned a little bit, and thank you for Corey. And
I think he's saying, like, no, don't go. I think that's what he's saying right now. Like, I'm so sad that y'all are leaving.
Corey's hilarious.
Yeah.
And
Popeyes.
Popeyes, Julie was talking about one of the other habits you can do. And Autumn, thank you for your insight.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mark Wahlberg, I know. Dude, really, he's
2:30 in the morning. Well,
if you go
look at him though,
Yeah, but go look at his daily routine. It's almost unsustainable.
It's
I don't
insane.
know how he does it.
Well, that's why he looks the way he does.
Well, there's people that look better than him, and they wake up at 5. So,
Okay, well.
But he's doing the Hollywood thing, and he owns about 12,000 businesses. So,
right.
I'm not going to compare myself to him, Autumn, or I'll just crawl under a rock and feel horrible.
Great eyes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, but you know what? I can be a better version of me.
Yeah.
And I've heard something. I listen to a lot of self development stuff, and
She's like, wise woman.
Julie.
No, that's Autumn.
Oh, Autumn.
Yeah.
But to I don't know. I can't see that.
I know. Gray eyes.
But I listened to a lot of
Help.
development.
Okay.
It's better than self-help.
Just trying to help you out.
Yeah. I need some self-help. But I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Of that. You totally interrupted me.
Okay, well.
All right, well, we'll wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. Next week, y'all come in because we are
First Friday.
First Friday lunch, but we're going to be talking about some city names too.
Oh.
It's going to be so
We're
fun.
gonna be done.
We're not going to be done. It's going to be fun.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a great Friday and great weekend.
We love you.